Everyone wants to make more money fast in their media business, but the ones who actually do, they aren't more talented. They just know how to utilize tools to multiply their time. So if you're a creative with the camera who's trying to stop hustling and start getting paid faster, I'm about to give you the 5 tools that help me do exactly that. Now, you might notice yourself getting excited because you know this could be the shift you've been praying for, but it goes deeper than just shortcuts. We're talking about structure, leverage, and systems that can set you free. This video is sponsored by my free training, The 4 Secrets Media Business Owners Don't Want You to Know. The link is right beneath the video. You could click it and get instant access. And as I said, it's completely free. I pull back the curtain on what it means to be a media business owner and the great things that are involved with being a media business owner, and also some of the things that I went through that will help you get some faster results than having to go through the same things that I did. Click the link below, and now let's get into the video. And the first one I want to talk about is System.io. This is such a powerful platform, and I cannot stress enough how big it's been as far as being a game changer for my business and my clients' business as well. It does funnels. So websites are kind of dead. You want stuff to be more like a funnel where, you know, leads come in and they get from point A to point Z or whatever the end result is. It's a funnel platform. It's a place where you could sell stuff, products, digital products, physical products, so you can put your offers on there. It handles CRM, so your customer relations management, of tagging them and organizing them and, you know, keeping it well structured so it's not, you know, dysfunctional and trying to just juggle a bunch of different contacts. It does emails, it does a scheduler. So this one's huge, that the developers took the feedback of the people on it and they begin to develop it. Early on, it didn't have a scheduler. Now it has a scheduler that syncs up to your Zoom account. And then, you know, when someone books something, you could book a call or whatever like that. Or if you want just an appointment scheduler that people set their time and they come on in and their appointment's booked. That's huge for, you know, places like salons and gyms and stuff like that. So that's huge. And then they also have a place to host courses. So maybe you work with a client that does online trainings. Maybe they're a coach, maybe they're a teacher, maybe they want to have courses on there that helps develop their employees. This is such a strong platform. If you want to check it out, you could click the link right below, sign up. They have the free tier, and I think they have 3 other tiers that will unlock, you know, more features and stuff like that. But the free tier is a great one for you to check out and just begin to utilize it. And, you know, it's such a powerful tool. I highly recommend it. And System.io does a lot more even than what I'm talking about, and they're constantly updating as well. So go check it out. So I want to know what it would feel like to you to have stuff like very streamlined and automated. Maybe you're in a place now that you're just kind of juggling a ton of stuff. For me, I was in that place, and System.io kind of came alongside what I was doing and streamlined it very straightforward, very concise, very easy to use, very functional, and it helped my business dramatically as well as my clients' businesses as well. And I know I can't stress enough how awesome it really is. And just thinking about, you know, utilizing this platform, I had a client of mine that is a vocal coach, and he was doing one-to-one lessons, you know, where they would get on a Zoom call and book his time. And he's a really good vocal coach, but he needed something more to, you know, to scale out more as opposed to book an hour with him. Because you think about it, we only have 24 hours in a day. You're probably sleeping around 8 hours. You have time for other stuff. So that leaves you a limited amount of people that you could reach each day or people that you could coach each day. So he wanted to develop a online platform that people can get trained without him having to get on a call with them and coach them. And what we did is develop his system. He began to, you know, develop it into a place that is getting people results very fast. So it's up. We put it on System.io, and now he makes sales all the time. He does live events. He'll make a chunk of sales right then. And then he also has a funnel, just like what I was telling you all about my free training. He does something very similar to that, where people get a free training. He follows up with them and he sees if what he offers is a good fit for them. And he gets a ton of sales all the time. And I see the notifications coming in as he makes sales, just, you know, saying so-and-so signed up for something, you know, someone picked up this, someone just opted into his funnel. It's a very powerful tool, and I've seen it work in my life and or in my business and a bunch of my clients' businesses as well. So I highly recommend you to go check it out. And like I said, the link for it is right beneath the video as well. So the next tool, a lot of you probably already know it, but this one is called Chat. Let me know in the comments, what is it? You already know, it's Chat GPT. This AI software platform, whatever you want to call it, it is a super powerful software. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you go checking out. It is great for proposals, email replies, client messaging, planning your offers, even brainstorming with clients and content ideas. A way that I use it practically is, I recommend any business to do this, is to have it ask you 20 questions about your business so it can better understand your business and help you with new ideas, generating content, generating copy, all sorts of things like that. And it is a super powerful tool to do that sort of thing. And I know for my clients, it's something that I could have access to, they could have access to. And when it comes to making content, I just ask it, give me five content ideas for this business, and boom, it'll pull it up and kind of get the brainstorming going so that it's a little easier. I remember early on, it was just kind of daunting to be trying to come up with content ideas just by surfing around on social media. Now, ChatGPT does a lot of the heavy lifting as far as giving you ideas that you could kind of customize and make something awesome. You could kind of make a hybrid, concept by utilizing ChatGPT and also looking online and seeing these different platforms that have some content that is alongside of what your niche is or what your client's niche is. That way you can make something super good and super strong and powerful that works and produces your client's results. Now, many people think AI will replace creatives, but the truth is it will multiply the ones who know how to use it. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 14, wise men store up knowledge. And it goes on to say a little more after that. ChatGPT is your wisdom assistant. I like to think of it as my digital personal assistant, especially after you have it ask you a bunch of information. You could even do it for yourself, but I do it for my business. So when it comes time to brainstorm or ask questions about it, it is on the money with stuff. And it is a robot, so some stuff may not be perfect or 100% what you want. And that's why I would recommend you not just copying and pasting and going verbatim what it gives you, but customizing it, optimizing it to make it fit what best suits your needs and your clients' needs. So early on in my business, I was very strong suited towards photography and videography and editing and stuff like that. But when it came time for copy and descriptions and, just stuff that I needed that came, what was basically ChatGPT's strong suit was not my strong suit at all. So I had a while of learning to write emails and learning how to respond to emails and stuff like that, and contracts and copy for my website and different stuff like that, or copy for my client's website and stuff like that. So there was years that I was just struggling, and ChatGPT came around and dramatically took what I was able to do for myself and for my clients and took it to another level. And it was able to do it with speed. I can't stress that enough, especially as a business owner. Having something that's a tool that helps you do stuff faster and makes you more efficient is such a needed thing, especially for, the generation that we're in now of stuff just happening so fast. And even AI, just the speed that AI is going, a lot of people that aren't able to utilize AI and stuff like ChatGPT, they're going to kind of get overlooked because they're not cutting edge. And that's something that, I hope that you all take from this, is that these tools I want you to learn and use and utilize and help you become the top standard in your region, your community for, media creation. So that is such a powerful tool like ChatGPT that is super good for copy, it's super good for brainstorming, and I just cannot stress enough, go check it out. And this third one, this is kind of one of those things that it could be called tomato or tomato, but I think it is called Zapier. And when they do something, it's called a zap. But Zapier is a powerful tool because it connects different platforms, different softwares together, and it helps automate things. Something like System.io is very powerful because it's becoming an all-in-one platform where I don't necessarily, for my business, need to utilize Zapier as much. but I still do use it. For instance, if you want to like experience, you probably already experienced Zapier to some extent and didn't really know it because it's a behind the scenes platform. But if you want to experience it right now, if you check out my free training, put your information on there, it's literally going to text you a link to the webinar after you sign up. And that is a Zap that is going from System.io. And Zapier is taking that information and it's putting it to Brevo. And Brevo is the SMS platform that I use, and it automatically sends you the link that I put there automatically. So people will sign up for the webinar at night, and I'll be asleep, just resting. And I know that Zapier took care of that person that signed up, and it sends them the link. It texts them straight to their phone. We also have it set up like System.io is really strong with email. So the email automation automatically happens with System.io, but the Zap will go from System.io all the way to Brevo and send that SMS message out all automatically. So that's a huge way that you could use Zapier like that with SMS messages. There's a bunch of platforms that already have SMS built in, but that's not the platform I use. I recommend System.io, and they're not there yet. I'm saying yet because I believe that they're gonna develop to that point because a lot of people are giving them feedback for that. So it's a powerful tool for that situation for sure. And a great thing about Zapier is you just set it once and it runs. And if there's an issue, it notifies you, hey, there's an issue with something like that. If not, it's just running, doing its thing, letting you worry about everything else that you need to worry about, which hopefully is not gonna be a lot because you're gonna utilize these tools and kind of streamline your efforts. But it's a powerful tool. Now, what if a system could follow up for you while you stay focused on delivering your best work? Well, Zapier is just that, especially for me when I'm focused on, editing or whatever I'm doing or getting more clients, and a lead comes in, it will automatically send them information and I don't have to worry about it and I don't have to do anything really. It just runs and it's automated. So every summer, one of my clients hosts a camp that they need to have leads come in and they need the scheduler to fill up where they can at a glance see the people that come in. And we set up a Zapier account for them because they had a platform on WordPress that takes the lead in and we zap that information over to, I think it's called a Google Sheet that just automatically populates and notifies them when it's changed. And they can just look, as soon as the lead comes in, they can look right there, boom, and then they can follow up with them personally, because that's something to think about as well. Yes, automating your follow-ups is good, but it's also, it's an automated follow-up. If your businesses that you work with want like a personal touch to it, doing something like this is very powerful, where it zaps over to Google Sheets. They just look at it and they can say, great, I'm going to follow up with them, and they probably need to call them up or they text them personally. And it's a very powerful tool to just automate a lot of stuff like that. And number 4, we have a very powerful tool called, which I'm sure you all have heard about it. And yes, I'm going to write it in all caps. It is Canva. And this came on the scene a while back. I think it came on after I was already in my media business. I was just working Photoshop for a while, but it came on the scene, and now it is a super powerful tool for design, of course, and that is photo, video design, offer design, slide deck design, that sort of stuff. And it also is great for, it does some stuff that will be more on the AI side. It's developing that sort of stuff now. So if you need help, whatever, making a picture more high resolution, or if you need to extend stuff, it uses AI stuff in order to make it even better, which I know Photoshop is doing that as well, but Canva just seems to be a little bit more streamlined because it's, it has tons of templates. It has, different options that are just easy to use, drag and drop. You don't need to go through a lot of training in order to use it. It's very straightforward and very streamlined. So one powerful way that Canva is being used in my business is to help build perception, which then builds trust. So it's graphically pleasing. The videos are pleasing as well if you know how to use it well. For my business personally, I'll use it a ton of times. If you look on my social media now, you'll see, different stuff that I just built in Canva. And yes, sometimes I'll round trip it into different software, but the platform is powerful. You could use it off your phone. They also have access to it on web browser. They also have a desktop version of it as well. It is a great, powerful design software. Now, confidence is visual, and when your brand looks valuable, clients start believing you are valuable. And I'm reminded of 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. And this verse is also, it's used a lot talking about God looking at the heart of man, but it says man looks at the outward appearance. And this is where I want to stay on. I don't want to go, you could read more about it and learn more about that God looks at the heart, but we are communicating with humans. And this is what it's talking about, is that humans look at the outward. So if you're able to display something representing your business or utilizing it for your clients' businesses in order to get them looking really nice and looking valuable and, at the forefront of people's mind, then you are doing a lot of great things and you're getting a lot of great results for them. And Canva is a great tool for that. And number 5, this one might have some controversy with it because they just put out some terms that people are not liking, but I'm going to share with you a bit of a way to kind of not have to worry as much about it. It is CapCut. CapCut is a mobile and desktop editing software that is super streamlined. It's very easy to use. Like I said about their terms, and this goes without saying for anything that you use, any software that you use, make sure you read through the terms. You could even utilize ChatGPT to just copy and paste a term to say, give me a rough outline or give me a bullet points or, condense all this and talk and teach it to me like I'm a 4th grader, something like that, so that you're aware of what you're signing up for. CapCut changed some terms, which hopefully they change them back because it is pretty sketchy. But some of their terms, just like in a nutshell, is, if you upload your information to them, then they are allowed to use it and you're granting them usage rights. And also if something happens, court, blah, 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 you're responsible for it, not them, which is kind of weird. But the way I utilize CapCut, I am not uploading anything to their server. I believe that there is, they want you to get a cloud platform or the cloud subscriptions that you could upload your videos and stuff there, and then you could go online on a desktop and use it that way. I don't do that. I just stay on if I ever need to work on my desktop, I put it on an external drive or something like that and edit it on the software there. Nothing is getting uploaded to the cloud. I think they have some AI features for audio that it will tell you this is going to get uploaded. Are you okay with that? If you don't want to worry about it, don't do it that way. The phone version is the same thing. You might have it set up that it'll upload those files to the cloud. So just be mindful of that. If you don't want it to take your information and use it that way, just be mindful of it. But CapCut is a super powerful tool. Templates for video. I believe it's owned by TikTok. So if you're trying to do something for your clients on TikTok, CapCut is the way to go. Captions, it does auto captioning and stuff like that. It is free. The desktop version, they have free across the board. But if you want to do some higher level stuff, you will have to get the subscription base, which, if that's what you're doing, if you're getting clients coming in, subscription base, it isn't a big deal. But editing is super good. The thing about CapCut is the speed. Say you want to edit something that's flashy, you could just scroll into their template section and utilize a template, customize it, and make it look nice for your business or for your client's business. I remember a few weeks back, I was at a shoot for a client, and yes, I do shoot. Yes, I do run a media business. There is coaches out there that coach in theory. I coach from a place of experiencing it and doing it for myself and seeing results. So side note, but I was out there with a client and I was shooting some stuff and I was like, I just want to see how fast I could get this up. So I shot on my phone. I pulled it into CapCut, chopped it up, make it look nice, and posted it right then to their accounts. And some of the employees were even like, wow, that was a great video and that was super fast. You just shot this, right? I was like, yeah. So even that, building trust and credibility and kind of even showing your clients that you are a high level media person, that's huge, that's powerful. And CapCut is a tool that'll help you do that. Also on the desktop version, it is so the phone version is a little bit more, it's touchscreen. So to me, it's a little bit more difficult to really get into the nitty gritty and precise with your edits. But on the desktop version, it's basically like any video editor out there, like Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, all of those, Final Cut. It's very similar to those. So if you get it set up that you need to get a little bit more detailed with your edit, it's super good on the desktop, and it's fast too. And that's another thing that I can't stress enough about is the speed of it, and these platforms and these tools saving you time. Same thing happened when I was at one of my clients. It was actually the same client, and we were in between sessions, and I shot something super nice on my Panasonic camera, and it looked great. And I was like, oh, I got a little downtime. Let's just chop it up and see what we could do. And I did the same thing. I went on the desktop version. You know, it was way more precise of an edit for me to like go in there and change some stuff up. And it came out super nice. I airdropped it over to my phone and I posted it, and the same thing happened. All of them were like, wow, that's crazy. That looks super good. You just did that right now? Yes. And like Ready people were commenting on it and sharing it. So they saw the power of like having this guy come in and do something like this. And it was huge. It was like a very uplifting thing for me of knowing like these clients were impressed by that work, and you know, and I'm here to make them happy. I'm here to get them results, and it was great. Now, in closing, these tools didn't just help me save time. They helped me stop guessing. They helped me start moving and turn my creative gifts into real income. And if you change your story, you could change your life. So stop using tools like you're just a side gig person or a hustle type person, and start utilizing them like you're a legit business, so you can start seeing some legit results and some legit income. And make sure you go check out my free training, The 4 Secrets Media Business Owners Don't Want You to Know. I pull back the curtain on what it means to be a media business owner. I think it's going to help you out a lot. Go check it out. The link is right beneath this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this video. If you could like, share, comment, subscribe, that would mean the world to me, and we will see you all in the next video.